Ciao! Today I want to show you how to make a profile, a topographic profile from a bunch of points that were collected from a GNSS. So I want to do everything in QGIS, so no other software involved, and it's going to take about 5 minutes. Let me show you how to do that. So first of all, I open up a project in QGIS. This is a blank project, so I have nothing on it, and I import my GNSS data. So my GNSS data are in a CSV, a comma-separated values file. So I go here, add layer, and I go add delimited text layer. There we go. Now this screen appears. What I have to do is to go up here and select my data, which I conveniently called RTK GNSS. Now these were collected via a real-time kinematic RTK GNSS system, which is an EMLID RS3, I think, receiver connected to a base station, so in real-time kinematics, so they are quite precise. You know, the format is the one that is given from the EMLID Flow app. But any CSV file with latitude, longitude, and elevation of sorts will be okay for this tutorial. So I just go there, I open it, and you see that I have a bunch of things down here. I have all the fields that I have in the CSV file. If you have issues recognizing, if the software has issues recognizing them, you can play with the file format here. For example, if you have semicolon here, you can input semicolon here. You know, if you have for country settings the decimal separator as a comma, you can pin this one here, but for now everything for us looks fine. So the X field has been already recognized as longitude, which is correct. Y field as latitude, which is correct. Z field is missing, so I need to go and look for the elevation, which in my case is the ellipsoid height above the WGS 84 ellipsoid. So you see that is a very high number, although we are very close to the shoreline, you'll see in a second. But this is because this is an ellipsoid height, and you have to refer it back to the orthometric height if you want an elevation above sea level. But for this tutorial, we will work with the ellipsoid height because we don't care too much yet to put it down to mean sea level. So I go down here and I press add. Everything is gone, so I close it. Let me go to the project. There we go. So this is my project, and you see now that some points have appeared, and especially the transect that I want to map, which is up here, has appeared on my screen. So what I want to do is, first of all, to save this file. This is just temporary, so I imported the CSV file, but it's nowhere. So I want to save it. So I go down here, right click on the layer, save feature as. So I go down here, I select the file name, I go to the profile tool, to the profile folder, WGS 84 profile. Okay, so this is what I have as a file. I press OK, and you see that another layer appeared up here, which is my profile WGS84. Now, this is in WGS84 coordinate system is a geographic coordinate system. You see down here that I have in degrees. I could do a profile now, but my distances in QGIS would be in degrees, which is not great. I would have to import it into another software. There are conversions that you can apply, but we don't want to do that. We want a clean profile out of QGIS. So the first thing we have to do is to go here to processing and go toolbox and search for reproject. There you go. It's in vector general. It's also in my recently used, but I go to reproject layer. I go up here. You see that it recognizes the only layer that I have, that WGS 84 profile, and is asking me what's the target coordinate system. I want something which is a metric system. The best choice for me is having a UTM system. So this zone is the UTM 33 zone. You can verify it here by looking at where the data is, which is the cross, and where the red band is, which is the UTM zone 33 coverage. So I am converting from WGS 84 to UTM zone 33 north, which is where the data are. Run, it's done, close, and I have this reprojected layer up here. So first thing I do, go here, right click, export, save feature as, select the folder. I go to the desktop again, profile, and this is gonna be UTM 33 profile, so I don't get confused. And here. And it's in the right correct coordinate system, which is up here. Click OK, and you see that I have the UTM 33 profile up there. Now I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. Remove layer because I don't need this. WGS 84, I don't need this. RTK GNSS, I don't need this. Okay, now I have my profiles here. Just to have a look, I can look where this data is. Before doing that though, I want to do one more thing, because when I imported in WGS74 the first layer, also the project was set as a WGS84. So I go in project, properties, and I switch from WGS84 to UTM zone 33 north, which is the same coordinate system as the only layer that I have now. So now you see that everything is correct here, and down here the coordinates are meters, not anymore in degrees. So this is what we want. Now if I want to see where we are, there's a plugin. I go to Web Quick Map Services. If you don't have it, you have to install it via the plugins. I'm going to show you in a second how it's done. Not for this one, but for another tool. So I go to, for example, I plug a Google satellite, and I see that this is a salt marsh. If I zoom out a little bit, I realize that this is a salt marsh in the Venice Lagoon, and the city of Venice is right here. So we are in the Venice Lagoon, and this is a bunch of points. These are drone ground control points, really, and this is a transect. And I want the topographic profile. This goes from the high marsh to the low marsh. So I want a topographic profile across this. Let's see how to do that. To do this, you need a plugin. To install plugins, you can go into the plugins up here, manage and install plugins, and after a second of connection, you will be brought here. Now, the plugin I was telling you about is the Quick Map Services, which is the web Quick Map Services that you have up here, so you can look for it here. But what we want now is the profile tool, which is down here. You see that I have it already installed. If you don't have it installed here, you will have an install plugin. So after you install it, I'm not going to do this because I have it already. You have it here in the plugins, and it's going to be around here. So you go to plugins, you scroll down, and it will be there. Click on terrain profile, and this one appears. Let me zoom in a little bit more to my points. Those are the points that I want. And you see that there is a map here, or there is a profile here, X, Y, and we need to populate this with the elevation data from this one. How do we do this? It's super simple. So we go up here, we select UTM 33 profile, and we click down here, add layer. It's gonna ask, what do we want to use as an elevation? Ellipsoid height, it's correct. If it's not correct, you can select from the fields that you have in your file which is the correct elevation that you want, and there you go. So now you see this small arrow here. You just click where you want to start your transect, click where you want to end it, and you have your profile. But here there is a small problem. You see that here everything seems to go fine, but then you have this spike which is not really in the data, and you have these sort of blue lines that are departing from your data. So let me zoom out a second, and we realize that it basically looked for points in a big, huge radius up here. Let me show you how to constrain this radius, which is particularly important if you have many transects one close to each other and you only want data for that transect. So I double click, click 1, click 2, on the right click of the mouse, and what I do, I go down here and you see that the search buffer is way large. It's 100 meters. I'm gonna do like 3 meters or something like that. And I redo this. So plug. Okay. Now I only, and right click. Now I only have the data that I want in this transect. If you are having a closed transect here, you have to reduce this, this buffer that you see here. So now here you have this profile, and you see that as I move along the profile here, as I click on one point to the other, there is a small red dot which is moving from point to point on this thing. Well, you can actually change the red by changing the color here, but I'm not going to do it right now. What you can do is export this, so PNG, SVG, DXF if you are a CAD user. So you can export the graphics of this one, or, which is what I use most often, export the table. Here you have a table which is in 2 rows. Row number 1 is the distance, and row number 2 is elevation. Again, elevation above the ellipsoid. So it's 43 meters, although here we are very close to mean sea level. To transform this into a mean sea level elevation, you would need a benchmark or a difference between the ellipsoid and the orthometric height to subtract from these 43 meters. But this exulates from what this exercise is all about. You can copy to the clipboard down here, and you're basically done. You just copy and paste it into Excel, you just copy and paste it into whatever graphics program you want. And here you have some nice settings that you can also use and play with. But this is basically how you get from a bunch of points taken with GNSS to a profile, which is a topographic profile, only using QGIS. Hope it was useful, and let me know about this in the comments. Ciao.